Okay, here we are again. All right, so we've got the Lincoln Electric Weld Pack 140 HD, which comes from Home Depot. This is the switch out of the 100 Magnum aluminum spool gun. And as I said before, we tested the motor by shorting the two leads that come off the end of here. And you'll notice that this switch is held onto by two little catches that when you push it down past that, it'll catch in these open holes. This is kind of flimsy plastic. You can bend it out with your thumbnails, okay? Or you can use a little flat-bladed screwdriver and you could get it in between there and pop it open that way. On the other end, you've got a split surface right here, and I could shim it this way, or I could put the flat blade in between and force the edges apart, and it will pop out that way. Okay, so what I did to solve this problem is you'll notice there's two springs. Okay, one spring sits down there in the hole, in that little ring that's down here. That ring right there. All it is just a little floating plastic ring that's glued to the bottom side to hold the spring in place. Okay, and then you've got the other hole right here. And you can see that this little ring on the bottom there goes up and down. You can see that it's kind of held on by two catches, and it's this ring that grounds out, or that shorts the circuit between those two pegs. And you can see the little posts in there, one here and then one here. But you notice they don't extend all the way out to that open hole, and they only go halfway the length of it. That could be part of the problem, but so when you push this in, what happens is this ring moves actually this way, and this way in the hole, and so it's almost like it's not touching those. But so they've got to design it a little bit better so it comes back toward the center. Okay, but here's how I solved it. All right, so when you put this all back together again, this little plastic piece here with the two catches, it bottoms out on this plate here. And apparently this is too thick on this end, so I took my little Dremel tool, and you see that it's got a little bit of aluminum on there, and I ground off some of this plate down to about 1 millimeter thickness is what I took off of it. You can see that it's been ground down just a little bit. But that's enough to get the gun going again. So all you got to do is just pop that spring back in there. Actually, you put these pieces in there and twist it a little bit so it's kind of open on the bottom, and then you snap it back in place. Okay, and then you snap these catches back in between the open. There you go. And when you press it, it bottoms out a little bit deeper, and you can see that those two little plastic things are almost coming out of the hole right there, which is a good thing. So you can see they're a little bit off center, and that could be part of the reason that ring inside isn't touching the post. You can even see the little metallic posts inside there, and when you press down on it, the ring's barely touching each one of them. So it's just kind of a poor design. Somebody wasn't doing their jobs checking quality out on it. and apparently they just wanted to get this out the door. But anyway, it does work. I plugged it back in and gave it a test, and I pressed it, and sure enough, the spool gun started spewing aluminum off the spool out the end of the stinger. So we're in good shape. That works. That's how you fix it. It's not the motor. Thanks a lot.